Hi, I'm Billy, and welcome back to Billy's VHS tapes. Today we're reviewing 1984's The Toxic Avenger, a superhero spoof full of dark humor and bloody, gory violence.
Warning! The Toxic Avenger is very offensive to just about everyone. It contains shocking depictions of violence, animal abuse, nudity, and drug use. Viewer discretion is advised.
For those of you still here, let's do some fun facts. The movie was directed by Lloyd Kaufman, who also wrote the movie along with Joe Ritter. The movie was produced and distributed by Troma Entertainment. Troma has become famous for producing low-budget, independent films. The movies are primarily from the horror comedy genre and usually geared toward mature audiences. Troma has produced, acquired, and distributed over 1,000 independent films, and most of them are surreal B-movies that contain lots of sex, violence, and gore. Some of Troma's most popular titles include Class of Nukem High, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, Tromeo and Juliet, Surf Nazis Must Die, and Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. The Toxic Avenger helped Troma gain a cult following, and he has since become the mascot for the company. In 1975, Uncle Lloyd was the pre-production supervisor on the set of Rocky. While working on the film, he got the idea for a movie revolving around a health club. And then years later, he read an article that said monster movies aren't popular anymore and that nobody wants to watch them. Eager to prove them wrong, Uncle Lloyd rewrote his script, originally titled Health Club Horror, into what would eventually become The Toxic Avenger. Upon its release, the movie got no recognition, until it had an extended run as the midnight movie at the Bleecker Street Cinema in New York City.
Forget about it!
The movie then gained enough interest for Troma to afford to release it on home video. My tape is actually a custom copy. It's toxic green and translucent. Shout out to Nerd's Nest Collectibles, who actually collaborated with Troma to release this tape for the 40th anniversary. The movie spawned 3 sequels, where we see Toxy fight ninjas, Satan, and an evil version of himself.
Mega Toxy.
The Toxic Avenger was never intended to be viewed by children, but it also came out in the 80s, which was when Hollywood was taking any franchise they could and twisting it into something they could use to sell toys. Which is exactly what happened! Toxy got his own Saturday morning cartoon show called The Toxic Crusaders. The show was about a group of mutants led by Toxy who fought evildoers in the city. This sounds familiar. Along with the action figures, there was also a video game and a comic book series. That sounds familiar. The movie has been released 7 different times on DVD, and in the 2022 director's cut, they added in a scene that people say has Marissa Tomei in it, but I don't really see the resemblance. In 2023, a reboot starring Peter Dinklage was screened at Fantastic Fest and has never been seen again. Producers have called the movie unreleasable due to its graphic content. Distributing companies are refusing to get involved due to fear of backlash, even though the movie has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 92%. Troma teamed up with Legendary Pictures to produce the film, and now it seems like Legendary feels like they bit off just a little bit more than they could chew. Just hand the movie over to Troma so they can distribute it themselves. You fucking chicken shits. I wanna watch it! The movie cost $475,000 to make, and it brought in over $15 million at the box office. In my personal opinion, this movie is the king of 80s B-movies, and it's definitely not for everybody. It's so bad you just can't look away because you want to know how bad it's gonna get. So without further ado, let's watch it.
And now, our feature presentation.
The movie opens in Tromaville, New Jersey, the toxic chemical capital of the world. Most of the movies made by Troma take place in Tromaville, linking them all together in what I guess you could call the TCU.
Troma Cinematic Universe.
Our story begins at the local health club, where we meet Melvin, a 98-pound nerdy janitor who's always had a little trouble fitting in.
Please get on top of me.
The club is full of spandex and sweat, and in the hot tub, we're introduced to some of the worst characters ever put on screen.
The what?
Bozo, Slug, Wanda, and Julie. These sick bastards think it's fun to run down people with their car and then take pictures of it.
You want to see the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed?
I can't show it all on YouTube, but later on we see them run down a kid on his bicycle. And they back up over his head, crushing it like a cantaloupe. It's pretty brutal. The kid's head popping looks almost real, and it's become a standout scene that everyone remembers. The gruesome foursome hate Melvin. And I'm not trying to defend a group of murderers, but Melvin kinda brings it on himself.
Right there.
Fed up with Melvin and his malfunctions, they come up with a plan to humiliate him. Julie tells him that he can have some of her pink if he puts on a pink tutu and meets her by the pool. But when the lights come on, we see Melvin Frenching a sheep.
Dirty deeds done with sheep. Dirty deeds, little Bo Peep.
And all the health club customers are pointing and laughing at him. As they chase after Melvin, we cut to outside the health club where we see a convenient plot device pull up. We see two dudes hauling toxic waste. Very poorly, by the way. And they decide to stop and take a booger sugar break. As the waste haulers enjoy their downhill ski, Melvin leaps from a second-story window, landing face first in a vat of toxic waste.
No, he doesn't look very good to me.
He's faking it, Julie. He's faking it.
After catching on fire from the chemicals, Melvin runs home and tries to wash off the toxic waste in the bathtub. His worried mother stands outside the door and listens as he mutates into the hideous superhero, the Toxic Avenger.
My little Melvin. He must have finally reached puberty.
Melvin is now a mutated, hulking monster with a sweet, buttery voice.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I don't know what came over me. I just couldn't control myself.
We then cut to an alleyway, where we see a group of drug dealers who plan on bribing Officer McClancy in an attempt to get him to turn a blind eye.
I don't think O'Clancy will take the money. Everyone says he's an honest cop.
But McClancy is an honest cop, and he refuses the money. Unhappy with his decision, the thugs decide to rub him out.
I'm gonna rub you out, see? Rub you out.
And just as they're about to blow off his balls, Melvin the Monster shows up, brutally murdering two of them and severely injuring the last one.
I'll get you for this, you monster!
Officer McClancy has been saved, and he leaves the scene shocked and baffled by his hero.
Bye.
We cut to the next day, where we see the good citizens of Tromaville enjoying tacos at a restaurant. But the good time quickly comes to an end, when three thugs show up looking to rob the place.
What in tarnation is that f***ing blackface?
They demand that everyone give up their money, and just as a leader is about to take advantage of a poor blind lady, our mutant hero shows up, and he proceeds to take advantage of the kitchen items, using them to kill all three of the thugs. The greaser-looking guy gets his hands deep-fried. Haha, greasy greaser. Toxy uses half Blackface's mouth to mix up a bloody milkshake. And the third guy gets the Hansel and Gretel treatment. Extra fun fact, the actor who gets his arm ripped off by Toxy is actually missing his arm. So when Toxy rips off the fake one, it actually looks pretty real. Toxy has saved the day, and he even met a lady who can appreciate his looks.
I'm not just another pretty face.
Word begins to travel fast through Tromaville about a monster who's cleaning up crime.
Shut up, crime.
But not everyone is impressed by Toxy keeping the streets safe. The mayor of Tromaville isn't happy because his drug profits are way down. His pushers are petrified to peddle the poison products to the people of Tromaville because of the monster hero. And there's another scene I can't show you where we see Toxy crush a drug dealer's head using a weight machine at the health club. This movie's fucking brutal. We then get a montage of Toxy and his girlfriend Sarah moving into the toxic waste dump and building a happy home together. And after that, Toxy gets even with the horrible people that turned him into a mutant.
Let this be a lesson to you, hot ass! Yeah, you like this space, huh, bozo? You know who this is? It's Melvin, that's who it is!
The mayor has finally had enough of Toxy and his goody-good-goodness, and he calls in to the National Guard, asking to help take him out. But the citizens of Tromaville get in their way and refuse to let them hurt Toxy.
You mess with Spidey, you mess with New York! You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
The armed forces are so touched by the citizens of Tromaville putting their lives on the line for Toxy that they just don't have it in them to follow orders. The mayor is all on his own, and since he's no match for Toxy, he ends up spilling his guts.
You fat slob, let's see if you have any guts!
You know, they always say that you can't fight City Hall, but I guess if you're strong enough, you can reach in and pull out its guts. The citizens of Tromaville have saved Toxy, showing him just how much they appreciate having him around. It's kind of funny that Melvin had to mutate into a giant, hideous monster with superpowers in order to finally get some respect.
No respect. No respect at all.
The movie ends with a comic book style narration, letting us know that the Toxic Avenger will always be out there to protect Tromaville.
And the next time you're in danger or in need of help, look to the horizon and maybe, just maybe, the Toxic Avenger will be there.
And that's it! That's 1984's Toxic Avenger. It's vulgar, gross, and offensive, but it's also really fun and sometimes kinda heartwarming. Do I recommend it? I recommend this one for B-movie enthusiasts.
You like jazz?
Like I said, it's bad. The pacing is off. The acting is horrible. It often feels like there's scenes missing, so there's continuity questions. And the horrible, shocking things that happen end up sticking with you, which is probably why this movie has gotten so much attention. But aside from all the cheese, it also has a lot of moments that are really good. The gore effects are the standout feature of the film, and the action isn't half bad either. One scene in particular that I think stands out is when Toxy flips over the car and sticks the landing. Also, the movie promotes a very positive message. Not all heroes are handsome and beautiful. Some of them are hideous, mutated monsters with hearts of gold. You don't have to look like Steve Rogers or Thor or Tony Stark to be a do-gooder. You can be covered in toxic sludge and still serve a purpose. And speaking of the Avengers, when is Toxy going to show up in the MCU?
I cannot tell you that.
He's been published in Marvel Comics, which means he's a canon character. Make it happen, Feige.
Please stop.
Like I said, this movie isn't for everyone.
Worst movie ever! And send and sip.
So if you're more of a casual movie watcher, you could probably skip this one. But I hope you didn't watch this review before you watched the movie, because that would be silly. Why would you spoil the movie for yourself?
You dumb bastard.
But if you have seen the movie, make sure you post a comment below telling me your thoughts and opinions on it. Or post a comment on one of my social media pages. And if you liked this video, make sure you like and subscribe for more VHS reviews. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay toxic, y'all.
These powers, I could be
a superhero!
Everybody gets one.
It's all over for you, faceless bad guy that we're using for this bit.
Let's get him, fellas.
Is he with you guys?
I'm the Toxic Avenger.
Boy, we're really reaching into the bottom of the barrel for cameos, aren't we?
So you're just gonna swing your meat around all day?
Totally.
So you guys are from Jersey too, huh? That's pretty cool.
Smoke weed every day.
Morning, boy. Time to clean up some crime.
With my latest plan, I'll destroy Tromaville, and then the world.
Not on my watch, kill him off.
Oh no, not Toxy again.
Maybe one of these days, you'll learn to leave Tromaville alone, kill him off. But until then, I'll always be here to kick your butt.
Wow! Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders, Toxic!
So what makes you think you guys got what it takes to be a part of the Toxic Crusaders?
Mama?